I'm excited for this segment because we welcome in our sensational senior segment, the one and only Mary Malloy. Welcome, Mary.
Hi, thank you, Howie. It's been a while. It's good to be back.
Absolutely.
We were all very busy. In the meantime, during that time, I got myself a part-time job, which is great. I need a little extra income. Again, I just tell the truth. You know, we're seniors. You need to add a little bit, supplement, you know, to pay the mortgage and for those little things. So, and I was looking around and I applied to a lot of places, but I ended up doing what I really, really love to do. And, you know, I did that for so many years at the newspaper. I love to write. I went back to a profession that I left 29 years ago. And I'm now a part-time recreation assistant at an assisted living here on Long Island. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. I don't know if it became more work or I just became older, one way or the other. It's a lot of work, but it's so wonderful and so much fun. And I want to talk to you about this because I know you're familiar with assisted living places. But before I do that, it's so great. Now, before I've talked about seniors 50 and over or 55, seniors who are vital, seniors who just get out there and do things and enjoy their life. There are other seniors who they're enjoying their lives with our help, but they need assistance, which is why, you know, when I did this 29 years ago, there were no assisted living places. It was home or a nursing home. These places are wonderful because they can have their individuality. They can. The chefs are wonderful. They eat. What I do is recreation. We play bingo. We do word games. I sing for them. And we take walks. We go on trips. We go to Lido Beach like every Wednesday, Thursday. It's so much fun to be able to help that population. So seniors now, because we're living so much longer, which is a great thing. Seniors could be 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and beyond, you know. I made a friend there. His name is Sam. He's 102. And he's teaching me how to be a blackjack dealer because we have high stakes blackjack. And he's been playing since he's 5 years old. So he's got 98 years on me, 90 something years on me. Okay. But it's wonderful and I enjoy it. And I'm just keeping the whole senior theme. So younger seniors, older seniors, we all need to get involved and do something, whether it's an activity. But I do know that this is near and dear to your heart, that you are living away from your mom's in Boston. Is it Boston? No.
Well, she was in Weston at Maplewood, and we just moved her to a new facility in Salem, Mass. So, which I visited for the first time. She just moved in there 2 weeks ago, and it was great.
Yeah. Now, with places like this, I know that there are some of the family live nearby. They can come there every day or a couple times a week. But in situations like yours, which we find, families are so spread out. How do you feel about knowing that they're taking care of her the way that you would want to take care of her? I mean, is she active? What kind of senior is she?
We made the move. Actually, my brother was the strong. He had this strong emphasis because he's there a lot more. Being, you know, he lives in Salem, New Hampshire. She was in Weston, and my brother felt that even though it's a lovely place, beautiful facility, my mother was basically just lying in bed all day, and the staff would come and bring her medications, but they weren't getting her up. They weren't getting her involved. They weren't getting her, taking her to activities. They weren't taking her out. And my brother felt that a change was needed. And ever since we brought it to the new facility in Salem, it's like night and day. It's the staff. They took it to the beach. They took it to McDonald's. When I was there over the weekend, they had an Elvis singer come. He sang a bunch of songs. The staff, they help her get dressed in the morning, they help her with her hygiene. But the main thing is they get her up, they stimulate her, and I think it's so much better. And I think when it really comes down to assisted living, the staff is everything.
Right.
Because if the staff takes an interest, they will get involved, and you can see my mother is, she's more stimulated, she's happier, she's doing things. It's much, much better. And I think that this was a change that had to be made, and was definitely a change for the better, because the staff is much better at the facility in Salem.
I noticed that too. I noticed that was really important in places like this, and to treat everybody individually. You know, you have to learn everybody's names and know what they like and what they don't like and what they like to eat, what they like to do. But have a one-on-one with them. And you know, the difference for me, when I was 29 years ago, it was, you know, this seemed like way in the future for me. But my mother had lived in Florida at this time. She was still alive. And I thought, I want to treat these people the way I would want someone to treat my mother. Now, she's not around, but, you know, now I'm a senior myself, and I'm thinking, well, I'm looking around like, okay, I want to treat them the way maybe someone's going to be treating me pretty soon. We talked about seniors being vital, and, you know, I'm with Miss New York Senior America, and you don't have to get up and dance. You do not have to do a tap dance. You don't have to sing. You don't have to be a comedian. You don't have to be in a chorus line. And I know some women like that. But to have a rich life, I think that's why I feel this is important, to have a rich life, to have somebody to talk to sing, to maybe do some word games, maybe sit and hold somebody's hand is really important. So again, you know, I'm not a salesperson, but you know, you shop around, you find a place that feels good, and they really do help you. They help you because it's a tough decision. That's for another time. But that's a tough decision for a family to make. But you want to know that your loved one is in good hands.
Yeah, and the other thing is just it doesn't have to be anything extraordinary, anything special. Just things like they take her out outside.
Yeah.
They have her mingle with some of the other people living at the facility. She, you know, gets communication with the other people, and instead of just lying in bed, with the first place, she just, you know, was lying in bed all the time. You know, she's up and about. She's talking to you know, other people. You know, the staff is you know, there's great communication. You know, I can tell they really care about her. They ask her a lot of questions, and you know, she just seems, you know, and I think that if a person is her mind is stimulated by activities, by communication, better quality of life, and that's why I feel that, you know, when you look at any person looks at assisted living, and it gets to the point where, like with my mom, she got to the point where she was having short-term memory issues, which is very common. She's 90 years old, with, you know, people her age. You know, she has short-term memory issues, and you know, she was at the point of her life where she couldn't live alone anymore because she needs help with, you know, things like, you know, when to take the medication, and you know, they remind her when it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or they, you know, take her activities. They help her with the day-to-day things, which is so important. But also the other thing is that what's so important about a senior is that they're not alone.
Right.
You know, and they have company, and they have stimulation, and I think that's what is so important, especially with my mother, is that she has company, she has staff that cares about her, she's meeting other people that live there, and she's doing, like, you know, when I was there and a singer came in and he was singing all the songs that they could appreciate from the 40s and 50s, you know, Bobby Darin and Elvis and, you know, all the classics. You know, my mom was singing along a little bit, and, you know, you could tell she really enjoyed it. She was stimulated. So I think that's what's important. Was assisted living, like the one you work at, Mary, sounds great too, and I think those type of places are so beneficial to seniors.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. And I do want to say that there have been many studies done, and I'm going to finish with this. Many studies done that, other than eating good and exercise and that maybe glass of red wine once in a while. The key to a long life is your social network, and a good, strong social network. It could be 100 people, that'd be great, but it could be 3 or 4 really good close friends, or people, just that contact that you have on a day-to-day basis is really important. So anyway, thank you, Howie, for being my guest on my segment. I keep forgetting to mention there is I do have an email. It's sensationalseniors2018@gmail.com.
Love it.
Now, I would like you to send suggestions about what you'd like to have on the show. I think we have some authors coming up. We have another woman who actually traveled with the Rat Pack. But we're looking for ideas. We were toying with doing a
I think in the future, a great idea would be for you to interview Joe Satriano. I think that would be definitely a couple of sensational seniors getting together.
If I interviewed Joe Satriano, it would be like a Gracie Allen, George Burns skit. I'm going to end with that, right, Joe? Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Thank you very much.
All right. Great job as usual, Mary Malloy.